Now, last night, Ireland travelled to Bratislava to play Slovakia in the semi-final of the Euro 2020 qualifiers. And unfortunately, we lost a penalty shootout and we are out of the European Championships, which, of course, will be hosting some of the games in Dublin, and it would have been marvellous if our own team had qualified. And we had a real chance because in the other semi-final, Northern Ireland won their penalty shootout against Bosnia, and we would have been off to Belfast to play Northern Ireland. But we won't be, we're out. But it was an interesting game, and I'm joined by John Giles to talk about it. John, penalty shootouts can be a bit of a lottery to some extent anyway. So there's no point in worrying about it. The overall performance, what did you make of it?
I thought it was a lot better, Eamon, than the two previous performances. I thought we were the better side, should have won it.
Yeah.
But if you don't score your goals, you're not going to win, Eamon, which has been a fault with us for the last couple of years at least.
Yes.
Scoring goals. But I thought in general play, it was much more hopeful than the previous two matches under Stephen. I thought we played well. Deserved to do it. Had a few chances as well, but
yes,
we don't have a really goal scorer. I mean, Connolly didn't play, Ida didn't play, who might have been the chosen two.
Yes,
had they been available, but we missed a couple of great chances. But
yeah,
it was a better performance, definitely a better performance.
Yes, and we should say that the news we have is that Adam Ida and Aaron Connolly were ruled out because they'd been in contact with someone who tested positive for coronavirus on the trip, and therefore, as a precaution, they were left not just out of the team, but off the bench as well. So they weren't available to Stephen. John, what I took out of the game was that the first two matches Stephen had against Bulgaria and Finland, the players were in pre-season. They didn't look really sharp and fit. How could they? And not everyone was available. So I'd kind of be prepared to write them off. But I thought last night we really saw what Stephen Kenny's about. In other words, players being confident on the ball, being prepared to pass the ball, looking to play. Football, as it really should be played and is played now everywhere. And it was a sea change in my mind from the Martin O'Neill or Trapattoni approach. And I was hugely encouraged and impressed by some of the performances. The back four, for example, and the goalkeeper. This fella, Darren Randolph, is a really outstanding goalkeeper, John. He's at West Ham, and Fabianski has the jersey at the moment, but he made one marvellous save in the first half, and his overall play is extremely impressive.
He's very good. He's unfortunate, really, that he's not playing in the Premiership.
Yeah.
But what I took for the game last night, and it was very noticeable, there was no high line.
No.
There was nobody trying to, like the previous two matches, a little bit disappointed. We had a high line and people, it was an offside trap.
Yeah.
Didn't do that last night. Now, whether Stephen told him not to do it or whether he's changed his mind on it, I don't know. But they definitely didn't do it. They defended the way they have been defending in the previous matches, which is very good. Because the back five for us definitely are very, very good. I know Seamus Coleman wasn't available, and I would have him in the team. I think you would have him in the team. But overall, the back five, I think under Mick McCarthy, we only lost 5 goals in 8 matches, which is good. And apart from 1 or 2 incidents last night, didn't look like losing the goal again. So the back five was very, very good. And no high line, which was very encouraging. Overall performance, getting on the ball and doing the things that you'd hope the team would do, they tried to do. And I think Stephen has that. I think he wants them to play.
Yes.
And there's no doubt about that. So, and it is early days, and certainly from the first 2 performances, I think it takes him about new manager about 6 or 7 matches, I mean, really to get where he wants the players to be and knows his best team. So it was progress. There's no doubt about it. Bit unlucky not to win the match, that's for sure. But definitely better than the previous 2 matches.
Yes, and it's worth looking at Shane Dunphy, who is really, he's a fantastic lad, John. He wins everything he should win. He knows how to defend. He's a leader. And the partnership he has now with John Egan, who's, outstanding for Sheffield United, that's a very strong partnership. When you add the goalkeeper in there and Seamus Coleman, and then at left back, Enda Stevens, very, very good.
Well, our back 5 is good, and it's as good as you get. They're not going to concede many goals. I'm amazed that Dunphy actually. I think is a Brighton.
Yeah.
Let him go to Celtic. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that he's a very, very good player. As they all are. Egan is, Stevens is, Doherty's good.
Yeah.
Shane Coleman is outstanding. We're not going to concede many goals. I mean, it's scoring the goals is our problem, really.
It is.
We don't have it right. Connolly is our best bet, I think. He didn't play last night, as we know. So it's getting the goals that's the real problem for us. Conceding and Randolph and the back 4 or the back 5 with including Seamus Coleman, very, very good.
Yeah,
very good.
I mean, you took over the Irish team. You managed it for 7 years, and you immediately wanted the game played in a certain way. And it's. I think it's very similar to what Stephen wants: a passing game, confident, not giving the ball away. The difference would be you had Liam Brady, Don Givens, and a few other useful players, and you were playing yourself in the early times as player coach. And you do need quality. We have it at the back. John in midfield last night with James McCarthy, Jeff Hendrick, and Conor Harahan, all playing in the Premier League, but really nothing much from McCarthy at all. I mean, in the whole match, I would say 90 to 95% of his passes were square or backwards. I just don't get it.
No. I'm not a McCarthy fan. I think when he was at Everton in his best physical days, I would say, he was okay. I don't think he was a leader in the middle of the field.
No, well, you need a leader.
And you need a leader in there. So, I would agree with you there. I wouldn't actually have him in the team, Eamon.
No.
What I would have in the team, I think I would have Brady in the team.
Yes.
I wouldn't have Hurdahan in the team either.
No, not in the midfield anyway. Although last night he missed a glorious chance with 5 minutes to go.
Yeah,
he missed the chance of the match. Now he's a brilliant left foot. This came on his right foot, but from 4 yards, he really should have stuck it at home. He's a kind of player, he's a bit of a luxury. I think when he plays at Villa, and he's not quite in the starting team, but he has started a lot of games. They use him a little bit wide, use him for his set pieces. He's a good striker of the ball, but his involvement in the general play is missing. Yeah,
I never believed in having a player in aiming for set pieces.
No.
I mean, how many seconds in the game does the set? It's important, of course it's important, but I wouldn't have a player in as saying, well, he's going to do the set pieces. No. It's set pieces, it takes up about 20 seconds, 30 seconds of a game.
Yeah.
No, over a 90-minute game. But I know what you're saying, and it's important to have a good striker of the ball for the set pieces. But there's an awful lot of time going on in the 90 minutes to justify that. I mean, my midfield, I think I said it before. My midfield would be, I'd have a Dowd in the midfield.
Yes,
Brady in the middle, McLean on the left, and I would have Arthur or Hendrick was better last night. Eamon,
he was.
He played. I think he dropped him a little bit deeper, which made it easier for him playing. But that'd be my midfield.
Yes.
Arthur or Hendrick, Brady, and McLean.
Yeah,
for what it's worth, anyway. But it's difficult to, like Stephen will know. Stephen will have to try players out. Eamon, it's only his third match.
Yes.
To see what he finds as his best players in that position.
Now, Harry Arthur was injured. He's out for us. I watched 2 of Forest games, I like him. He gets his foot in. He's busy. He's not afraid to get the ball at his feet. He tries to pass the ball forward. And I like him, but he's better than what we've got. And he's going to be available for the next series of games. We have 2 games to come now. Wales on Sunday at home, and then Finland away next Wednesday. So it's a busy time. Just to go to the front players last night, I like Robinson. He plays for West Brom. He scored 2 goals against Chelsea, playing as a striker, and he was very eager to get on the ball last night. The end product was poor. And the final pass, he didn't pose any goal threat. But I think he's a player who has improved over the 18 months or so he's been involved with the Irish teams. He's improved at club level, got a move to West Brom. I think he's got a chance of being a decent player.
Yeah, we can't score goals, Eamon. We don't have a Robbie Keane. Robbie could score goals, as we know, without being in the game much, but he was when we had a chance. But we had a few chances last night, and definitely, I think Conley's our best bet.
Yes, he is. There's no doubt about it.
I just promising, but the 2 lads that we had up front, Robinson and McGoldrick, I mean, they don't have a record of scoring goals.
No,
and it's not a coincidence. You either score goals or you don't score goals. There's an act to it, or whatever it is that goal scorers have. I think Conley is the best of what we have. Oneida is promising. I think those 2 could be our best 2 up front, and they weren't available.
Yeah, and we also have Troy Parrott, who is apparently outstanding. Spurs have loaned him out to Millwall, and he'll certainly learn how to play the game at Millwall. He'll also learn how to take stick from the crowd. But they say he's a very, very good player. I haven't seen enough of him to make a comment. And the good thing about Stephen Kenny is that he knows all these players. He had them at under 21 level. He knows the game right down through the underage. Obafemi, who's at Southampton, hasn't made the progress we might have hoped for. He's still in the first team squad. He's a young lad. So Stephen knows where these players are. And he when he gets the chance, for example, to play Ida, Connolly, Parrott, that's the kind of building, they're the building blocks. And it isn't going to happen in 3 months, 6 months, or 9 months. It's going to take time.
No, it always takes time, Eamon. You get young players coming through. Parrott, I'm surprised Parrott hasn't been given a chance. Anyway, has he made it?
No, he has played, but he played in a friendly. But he's injured at the moment, John. He wasn't available.
Oh, is he? Yeah, well, that's fair enough. I haven't really seen him. I know he's very, very promising, and we do have some promising players coming through. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah,
but we need it badly. Yeah, we need it badly. I mean, we'd had a goal scorer last night, for example.
Yeah, we'd have won
that match.
Yeah. Now, I want to talk to you about David McGoldrick. I think he's a wonderful player, very intelligent. He comes deep to receive the ball. He's normally a centre forward. He comes deep to win the ball. He really is a lovely footballer. I thought he was terrific last night.
Yeah, he's he's a very, very good player.
Yeah.
But he doesn't score goals.
No. But he makes them, John.
Well, yeah, he does. He's a good all-round player, but like, you want goal scorers. He's a forward player, Eamon.
Yes.
You need him to score goals. I think he's a terrific lad. I like his attitude.
Yeah.
But if you look, how many goals has he scored for us, Eamon, since he played?
And not many.
No. At club level, he doesn't score many goals. He's a great worker.
Yeah.
He does all the things that you want a forward to do.
Yeah. Except
the most important thing, Eamon.
Yeah.
Like, how many times have we seen over our lives, and not us, everybody in football?
Yeah.
What's he like? He's okay. He only scores goals.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does he work? No. Like, Robbie Keane didn't kill himself, Eamon.
No.
In general play. I've seen Robbie Keane in games, and he hardly get a kick of the ball.
Yeah.
At the end of it, what's he done? Scored 2 goals.
Yeah, no, Robbie, I watched him with Gary Neville, actually. They have a thing on Sky where they go back over their career. And he was on with Gary Neville last week. And, of course, Robbie had a wonderful career. Spurs would probably have been his biggest club. and his best time. And some of the goals he scored for Spurs in particular were magic. And as you say, he wasn't necessarily in the game all the time, but boy, could he finish.
Yeah, well, look at his goal scoring record for us, Eamon.
Yeah, no, amazing.
Amazing goal scoring record for us, record goal scorer by a long way. And there's a lot of games you'd see Robbie, like a lot of goal scorers, we've seen them over the years.
Yeah.
And they used to call certain people the ghost, you wouldn't see him, what's he done? He scored 2 goals today.
Yeah.
He doesn't work hard. All he does is score goals. But lots of players like that. Unfortunately, we don't have a young Robbie.
No.
Anymore. And as you say with McGoldrick, they're good lads and they really work hard and they do their stuff in every way, except doing what we consider the most important thing to do.
Yeah, now Robbie Brady didn't start last night. He came on quite late on, really. I think he made a difference. He's a good footballer, John. He sees a pass, his set-piece play, he's deadly. He can deliver crosses. And he can pass the ball and play. So, I mean, as part of the project for Stephen, you've got to integrate these players, try out little systems, see whether McCarthy for once might do it. You've got to try these things. And as you said yourself, it takes 7, 8, 9 games maybe. And the other thing, of course, is if you're trying to change the style of play, and you don't have time on the training ground with players, that also, which international team managers don't have, that also makes it difficult. So we shouldn't be even thinking about judging, Stephen, on the 3 games we've seen. We should postpone that for quite some time.
Yeah, well, I think you have to judge as you go along, Eamon. But as you say, to be aware of the difficulties that the manager has. And definitely last night was an improvement on the previous 2 matches. It definitely takes 6, 7, 8, maybe 9 matches sometimes to come to a conclusion that this is my best team. And I think I said to you last week, in my experience, going to West Brom, for example, I played against the players for 10 years, but it was at least 3, 4 probably that I was totally wrong about.
Yes.
And I had to see them play because you just, when you go in as a new manager, you just have this vision, I think he can do this. And you don't know till they play.
Yeah.
And that's what Stephen's doing at the moment. But what we've seen, which is encouraging, is that the last night was better than the first 2 matches. So obviously he's learning as he goes along. And fingers crossed, hopefully, that he gets to the stage where he knows this is my best team. And then you can really work on them as the best team.
And the good foundation to build on is the back 5. That is the goalkeeper and our defenders. That's a real solid foundation to build from, because you're not going to give cheap goals away, and there's every chance that you'll keep clean sheets, particularly against the Slovakias and the lesser teams.
Definitely, Eamon, and even against the better team. You've got the back 5 right. That's your starting point. Definitely with most managers, that's your starting point because. Again, I've seen teams where they can score lots of goals, they're good goal scorers, and they can't defend.
Yeah,
one's as bad as the other. So it's just a question: does Connolly come through? Does Ida come through? Does any of the other lads come through?
Yes,
that get us the goals when we're on top. Because there's nothing worse in football when you're on top, like we were last night most of the time.
Yeah,
and couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. It gives the opposition encouragement that like we should be behind now, and we're not. And then it goes to the blooming penalty shootout, of course.
Yeah.
So we missed some good chances. But if you look at the record, even under Mick McCarthy, or over the last 2 or 3 years, we haven't scored goals.
No.
And you don't win matches unless you're scoring goals. So fingers crossed that Connolly and Ida and McGoldrick and these lads can start scoring a few goals for us. Or Parrott comes in and does it. Whatever we can get it, we want it. Somebody to get the ball in the back of the net, and it's a huge part of the game, Eamon, as we know.
Yeah, and these are young lads. I mean, Troy Parrott's only 18. Ida is 19, I think. Connolly's still a very young lad at 19, 20. Just a final couple of thoughts, John. One is that what Stephen Kenny's doing is infinitely better than what Trapattoni and O'Neill were trying to do, which was really, I've got a team here. They're nowhere near as good as I'd like them to be. We can't hope to compete if we start passing the ball around. We've got to play long balls, get the second ball. This is better. And that was wrong. So would you agree with that?
Well, up to a point, Eamon. I mean, Trapattoni did qualify us for a major championship. So it's all about results, Eamon.
Yeah.
It's not about style. It's making the best use of the players that you have, whatever way you do it. And all managers do it in a different way.
Yeah.
So, I like Stephen's approach.
Yeah.
I hope he's successful. But it depends. It all depends on results.
Like all coaches, at the end of the day, you are judged by results. But we're nowhere near the end of the day yet. We're only three.
No. I'm not giving up on Stephen anyway. I think that I was very much in favour of him getting the job. I think he deserved to get the job. I like the way what I've seen. I like the way has it gone? Is it going to be effective?
Yeah,
that's the big thing, Eamon. Is it going to be effective? I mean, let's put it this way. When and I'm going back a long time, when Big Jack played, both you and I didn't think, well, I didn't agree. I don't think you agreed with Jack's methods.
Yeah.
But he was successful, Eamon, in what he did. And the crowd, like, as Jack was a hero, quite rightly, he took us to Europeans, World Cups, and doing it in a way that he did. That was his way of doing it. I didn't agree with it. I don't think you agreed with it. But so what? He won. He was winning matches. That's the main thing. So I hope Stephen, like any manager, I hope he is successful. But Stephen, like any manager, needs the players, Eamon. You can't do it without the players. And we do need a Connolly or an Ida or somebody to step up front to start getting some goals.
Okay, John. Thank you very much.